All right, what's up? What's up? What's good, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Rollin with Hayes. I am definitely excited for this one. We're probably gonna make this into a two-parter just because there was a decent amount of stories that are happening in the sports world. If anyone has been following the NCAA tournament, which has been the biggest thing out there, and then there have been things that have happened in the crypto world as well. Kind of diving into everything and starting to touch on some points with the sports world. And let's go into culture as well, because Drake and Future beefing. But more so importantly, shout out to Sunny, aka Sunny Mans on Twitter, for showing me the 3-4 songs that showed that there was beef. Then one of them was a song called What Will Pluto Do? I did not even know that, and I was just over here jamming to What Will Pluto Do like it was a regular song, and come to find out, Drake out here putting that song up because they got issues. But kind of just going into the NCAA tournament, there were a lot of games that happened. Oakland definitely did their thing. They lost in the second round, but they won the first round. And that was a huge topic of conversation just because Oakland's guard, who was Mr. 3-point all day, every day, he got an NIL deal with TurboTax and then followed that up with getting an NIL deal with Buffalo Wild Wings. So congratulations on both standpoints for that. You can't be mad at him. You're happy because this is honestly what you like to see in the NCAA tournament. On the men's side, all the number 1 and number 2 seeds did move through, which is big. To just name a few, not going to name them all just so I don't mess up anyone or hurt anyone's feelings. You do have Purdue that moved on. You had UConn that moved on. You had Tennessee that moved on. You had UNC, Arizona, that all moved on. Iowa State moved on as well. So those are like the primetime ones that a lot of people know. Another one, of course, not a number 2, but Duke moved on. And Duke beat James Madison. A lot of people were talking about James Madison because in football and basketball, they had been balling. They had been doing their thing. And a lot of people thought, all right, you know what? Maybe this is their time, that a lot of people start talking about them and a narrative will be shaped around them. But yeah, it didn't really go that way fully. They got the floor beat out of them. But still, mad props, mad congratulations to them for that. Getting there, because a lot of teams weren't even getting that far. So super happy to see that. Another part that I'm really happy to see is this narrative that UNC potentially could be playing Arizona. Caleb Love is on Arizona. Mr. Davis is on UNC. Both were guards last year together, and now they potentially could go up against each other. I'm looking forward to seeing that type of matchup. That's a big one that can happen out there. Gonzaga's in it too, so you love to see that. And just seeing what Gonzaga can do, they said like 15 or 16 Sweet 16 appearances is a lot, but they don't really have anything to show for it. And then FAU, so Florida Atlantic University's coach, is now going to be the new coach at Michigan. You love to see different coaches getting new opportunities. That's another thing that I like to see. So between the NIL deals for students and then the coaches getting new contracts at other places, those are things that you can't be mad at ever. Flipping it over to the women's side, South Carolina's beating the brakes off of every single team that they come in contact with. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just waxing the floor. They just did it to UNC. And you could tell Don Staley said, don't play with nobody. Just handle your business. Get in, get out. We got a mission that we're trying to accomplish. And the women are out there. They definitely know what this mission and agenda is. And they're not trying to mess it up. LSU's moving on. They're not blowing teams out. They did, yes, kind of ish, the first one, but the second one wasn't a mad blowout. And you do have a little bit of questions and concerns when it comes to that, because you want to see these teams stand way far and above every other team that's out there. Iowa plays West Virginia. Some people are saying West Virginia has a chance of winning that game. And honestly, all I'm going to say is if you follow that Maryland blueprint that they put out, although Maryland did not win, the being aggressive with her, aka Caitlin Clark, sets a blueprint that you guys need to follow and force the other people on the team to beat you. A lot of times you just want to play 5-on-5. You can't do that. You really have to make it, all right, we're going to guard Caitlin. We're going to either double team her off certain switches, double team her in the corners, double team her when she steps up the court, and then make it almost a zone look, whereas that's the focal point, and then if someone else scores, you can't be mad at that. Next level of all of this is UConn is still in it, and that's another big one. Stanford's still in it, and those are kind of the big takes. Juju Watkins is out there with USC. They're doing their thing. And those are I want to continue to see them ball. I want to continue to see them move forward. I want to continue to see them all do well. You want to see it. You love to see it. And it's great to see just in general. So I'm hoping that this continues. And yeah, we'll kind of see where it goes from here. But that's the exciting point of all of this. I'm curious as to how all of this goes. That's all I'm going to say there. My team to win is Arizona. Let's just put it out like that. My thesis behind some of these games of who wins and who doesn't is thrown out the window because I was over here talking about, oil money. NC State is still in it. That's a big one. NC State is still in it, but it's not a surprise if you watched ball because they just won the ACC tournament. But they were 11 seed, and that's what I was telling Steven on the show last week. How are you an 11 seed, but you won the ACC tournament? They didn't give you no type of love. And I'm kind of surprised by that. Because if they were a higher seed, even if you put them in that 8-9 matchup, that's competitive. Whereas this way, the first game, yes, it was competitive, but then it's set up for that second game to kind of be, yes, granted, they did have to fight for it. But my big thing is, if you would have put in the 8-9 matchup, they would have been going up against the 1 or 2 seed right away. Or you could have ended up giving them more respect and then switching it up. Anyways, they're doing what they're doing, so that's all that really matters. They're beating the teams they're beating, and I'm proud of them for that. And you can't hate on it, which I'm not. I love to see NC State in it, and just hang with the two other big dogs, NC State, North Carolina, and Duke. So NC State can make a run. Arizona clearly can make a run. UConn looks far and above, far and wide, better than the rest of the teams, just the way that they're winning. Marquette squeaked out one. They beat Colorado, and then Purdue is winning too. I don't see Purdue winning the whole thing. Just going to put that out there as well. But it is good to see some of these blue blood teams still being in it. Kansas got out. But they had a lot of injuries, which people were talking about. And the odds makers put that in as well when they were creating the line. So who knows what's going to happen there. We have one more day of the second round for women. Men's going into the Sweet 16. After that, we got Elite 8 games. So these next 2 rounds are going to be exciting because it's becoming the competitive ones. Some of the 1 and number 2s are going to meet up in that Elite 8. So if you can get past this game, those headlines are going to be written in this next round. And I'm here for it. I will be in New York probably when the Final Four happens. So I'll be watching them up there. I wish I could have gone to the Barclays for some of the games that have happened right now. But it is what it is. I also wish I would have gone to the ACC tournament that was right here in DC, and I had no idea about it. So until next time, that's everything. That's really the topics I wanted to talk about. As we get closer, we'll start diving more into the NFL draft. I'll start talking about that, and then I'll also start to talk about just the NFL itself, NBA is getting close to the playoffs. And we just have a lot of exciting stuff. So I'm happy to rock with you guys with this, doing this on Rollin with Hayes. Wouldn't want it any other way. Because I kind of just get to say my thoughts. And you guys can write your comments, write anything that you want to see, anything that you wish I would have covered or gone more depth and in detail about. And I can do that with all your suggestions. So make sure to like, subscribe, and just tell others about the show. Until next time, catch you. This is Hayes, Rollin with Hayes. We out.